the Retro Show today.
Old news?
Yes, the 12-inch West End girl. Retro memes.
And just in time for your colonoscopy.
Don't get it.
Oh. Unboxings?
Oh, my baubles. Please do not open the box. It is a parcel. What the? Your homebrew projects.
A fully working Commodore 64 made out of Lego.
And your nostalgic photos?
Welcome to the Retro Show. No, not 24. This is episode 24. Oh, hello, Chip Dippers. Didn't see you there. Welcome to
the Retro Show.
As mentioned previously, I was thinking about something. Do you think the dogs know we're married? Or do you think they think we're just a couple of friends?
I don't think they even know our first names.
And Mauricifractic, come here. Juniper, you're adopted.
So was I.
She just wants a treat. Good girl. Pretend treat. Good girl. Okay, go park it.
In the designated parking spot.
Anyway, from rock rolls to old news. This is old news.
That was old news.
Yes, first up in old news. We all remember this classic clip, of course.
Yeah.
I did notice a little person pops their head out.
Do they?
But because he's been screaming, so they'd come out to see what the fuss is all about.
Oh.
Anyway, if it has evaded your attention, Basil Fawlty himself, John Cleese, has announced that Fawlty Towers is making a comeback. And it's going to be called, we don't know yet.
Fatty Owls.
Fawlty Towers.
He loves that show, so he's excited. He loves Manuel.
Hello, Fawlty Titties. Oh, I like how Manuel answers the phone as well.
Hello, how are you?
Fawlty Towers, it's a nice day. How are you? It's a nice day. Anyway, yes, John, has announced that he's bringing back this show in cooperation with Castle Rock Entertainment, along with his daughter. That's not her.
That is his wife.
One's his screen wife, one's his real wife. And then that's a set dresser.
It doesn't even look like Prunella.
And that's his third wife, Manuel. But this is his daughter. Her name is Camilla, and they're going to be writing, and she'll be starring in the show as well. So yeah, we can't wait for that. Can you hurry up and make it, and also give us both roles?
Well, I wonder, is that Connie's daughter or a different wife's daughter?
I didn't see that mentioned, so I think it's a different.
Okay, because Connie was American, even though she had a pretty passable British accent, so I was going to wonder if she was American or British.
That's Andrew Sachs and John Cleese's daughter from when they were married, as I mentioned earlier.
Oh yes, Manuel's daughter.
Yes.
Camila.
It's a nice day. Fantastic stuff. Next up, they are not doing a comeback because they never went away, but the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, I didn't recognize him with all that hair.
That is Neil Tennant when he had hair, and Chris Lowe when he wore hats. He still wears hats. But very recently, somebody bought a 12-inch version of West End Girls in a second-hand record shop.
I've never met a woman that small.
Yes, the 12-inch West End Girl. Now, they usually go for about £200, but he bought it for £40, and inside the sleeve was this. This was a letter written before they were actually famous, 12th of April 1984, written by Neil Tennant, thanking Janice Long of BBC Radio 1 for playing their new single, West End Girls. And I think it was actually the early version of West End Girls.
Look at how wibbly wobbly this typewriter is.
Written on a real typewriter.
A real typewriter, yeah.
Predating the electronic one there, even.
Yeah. When I was a little girl in elementary school, somehow my parents got a very old typewriter, and I typed up a sequel to Cinderella, and it was terrible. Which there are 2 sequels to Cinderella now, but this is what mine looked like. Yeah. And I just remember it being wibbly wobbly, and they were like, you're in elementary school, it's fine. Very
wibbly wobbly. And I just realized, because he said, I hope you like the 12-inch I've enclosed. They obviously didn't even open it or read the letter.
You're now an honorary Pet Shop girl. It's
very cute.
Oh, look, and the punctuation is handwritten. He went in with
the
a
exclamation, yeah. Fascinating. And there is the lucky chappie who found it Imagine that. And that's Neil when he worked at Smash Hits. You can see here. I mentioned that in the last issue.
You did.
See Smash Hits yearbook, 1983. So 1 year before
that was written.
Their hit single was, and then they teamed up with, was it Bobby O to produce it? He met someone in America, I think Bobby O, but then they re-recorded the single and it sounded much better and was a hit. Finally, you know my book, The Chrononaut, which tells this story.
The journals of a now missing scientist, harboring an incredible claim and a foreboding message. Imagine if that scientist had revealed proof that so-called aliens are really us. Highly evolved humans from Earth's distant future piloting not flying saucers, but time machines.
Well, look what Steven Spielberg said.
Let's talk about UFOs
That's Stephen Colbert.
for a minute. What do you make of what's going on right now?
I think what has been coming out recently is fascinating.
Now, firstly, I noticed this in his office. I think that's at Amblin Entertainment. Good taste.
You know, the most optimistic thing I feel about these things that we're seeing in the skies is that what if they're not from an advanced civilization 300 million light years from here? But what if it's us 500,000 years into the future that is coming back to document the second half of the 20th century and into the first 20th century because they're anthropologists and they know something that we don't quite know yet that has occurred, and they're trying to track the last 100 years of our history.
Well, the hopeful part about that to me is that we survive.
Yes, that we survive, or a certain percentage of us survive that allows these other generations to flourish.
Well, I knew when I wrote that in 2008 that theory would gather more mainstream attention. I had no idea that Steven Spielberg would be recounting it. But funny story, I actually sent my novel to him directly from Amazon to his house in 2009. And I still have the receipt from the tracking. And it says it says handed to male adult, which I always thought in my head that means handed to Steven Spielberg. So I'd like to think he read my book, and that kind of permeated for the last, 11, 12 years into that theory.
And now he's believing it.
Now he's believing it. But it does make a lot of sense. Check out The Chrononaut if you're interested. If you'd rather not read the book, check out the TV series that Steven Spielberg's no doubt going to make that I've already written 2 seasons of. And Steven, if you're watching this, drop me a line and I'll send you the series Bible.
Yeah, because he's a regular.
And if we're not starring on Faulty Towers, we'd love to star in that as well.
Yes.
He could be a regular because he obviously likes the Atari arcade machine.
He does.
As fashioned in cockpit style here.
The original way.
Yes. Thank you, Stephen, for appearing on the show. And also thank you, Stephen, for appearing on the show. That's it for old news.
That was old news.
Yeah, that's old news. But now it's time for...
How about I see what you mean?
You'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
And first up on I See What You Meme, this billboard was recently spotted. I don't understand it. What's it mean, recognize this?
Oh. If you are old enough to recognize this Atari joystick, then it means that you are probably old enough and just in time for your colonoscopy.
Don't get it. Oh, if you were 10 when...
Got it. Colonoscopy.
We'll edit that out then. No, it's definitely not April Fool's Day, but look at these keyboards. It is incredible how they go up in price. That one sounds nice. That's nice too.
Yes.
Yes. But look at this.
That might be my favorite one.
Sounded great.
Yeah, you like that joke?
Okay.
Yeah,
now
you're
look.
a big fan.
Did you know this?
Yes.
Does indeed remind us who is truly pulling the strings. You may have noticed, I don't think I mentioned it on the show, but I played Gavin Sykes, who we zoomed in on in that shot.
Wow.
But I was just browsing eBay this morning. Look at this. Someone made a custom Gavin Sykes. Let's swipe through this. I think the face looks a bit more like Mark Hamill, actually.
Or is it Benedict? Oh.
Oh, I did. Well, it got dark really quickly. I lost my head when I saw that. Okay, well, we'll edit that out as well. Moving on.
Oh.
Speaking of me, I posted this picture of this blown resistor on Vintage Electronics on Facebook. And it has, now it has thousands of likes and laughing emojis. But I don't really understand why.
Well, I think you're the butt of a joke in this.
Butter? I don't get it.
You're the butt of a joke?
And look, someone said, simple photocropping puts a whole new perspective on your pig. Can't keep a straight face.
Yeah, see, you're the butt of a joke. I'll keep saying it because it's good.
Okay. Finally.
Let's go.
Good luck at getting out. And don't worry, we did check that he was okay, and he was completely fine after he fell down there. R2, can we check that he was okay there? Thank you. Thanks, both. All right, and that is it for You Saw What We Memed, which means it's time for...
Funboxing?
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. And here's someone else you'd like to boop on the nose. It is, of course, Mauricifractic, and I don't think you're ready for this.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess it would be nice if I could hug my bunny. I know not every bunny is a bunny like you. Oh, now I gotta hug twice before I go away and play. And you watch on the games I play because you play them too. Oh, but I need some time to watch awesome retro. Time to see that Perry over there. On the pups are barking about unboxing motion. Well, here's a practical lady, but I'll show you something more. Cause I gotta have PCB way. I gotta have way. Cause I gotta have PCB way. I gotta have PCB way.
PCB Way makes fantastic quality PCB starting at just $5. And we all know what PCB stands for. Parties conducted backstage, doesn't it?
Cause I gotta have PCB way. I gotta have PCB way.
Absolute classic.
That's going to be stuck in my head for a very long time.
Right? Parties conducted backstage.
Absolutely.
And you're all invited. But it's time to get the TV out of the way. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, a little bit of shrapnel just hit her there. You're okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Oh, my baubles again. It's not Christmas, it's April Fool. Seeing as you've got the packages and she's holding my package, would you like to make a start? Yeah, good girl.
All right, first package. Start the timer.
Oh. Go. You read, I unwrap.
Dear Fractic family, here's the Pi Storm 32 Lite for you to enjoy. I've also made a small donation to Claude, the main developer, on your behalf too.
Oh, thank you.
I'll just say thank you for your entertainment your channel gives. Including is everything included.
That was some entertainment, isn't it?
Included is everything you need to mount the Pi to the Pi Storm board. Please note that the Pi goes through the bottom of the PCB. I've also included a version of EMU68 for the Pi Storm on an SD card. It is currently configured to use the motherboard ROM and has a 30 gigabyte partition you can format on the Amiga to install whatever you wish.
Whatever. And it has a 32.
Like.
has a 32 gigabyte impartiality.
And you simply need to add the Pi 3 series or 4 series. A 02W should work too. Bung in the SD card and boot the Amiga. Linux Jedi.
Andrew Hutchings. Yes. Thank you very much, Andrew. It's a accelerator, which I believe is FPGA based for the Amiga 1200. Because I am planning a 1200 complete refurb right down to the keycaps. It's on the admittedly long list, but this is going to really help boost the speed of that. So thank you, Andrew. The collection is increasing. Right. Oh, poor baby.
It's over there.
Let's think about this. Please do not open the box. It is a parcel.
I don't understand.
Is it code? Please do not open the box. Itis a parcel. A parcel. Itis a parcel. I don't know. I'm going to open the box, even though it's a parcel.
Ooh.
Okay, dispose. What the? That's amazing.
Is this like a Lego?
It's like a Lego. Yeah, it's how do you even describe this?
It looks like an anime. Like there's a scene from there's a fight scene.
It's an anime gaming retro PC Lego.
I mean,
we're definitely running out of time already.
You're okay.
It is just like Lego. Instructions are huge.
Ooh. This is giving me Mortal Kombat meets Avatar: The Last Airbender. It looks like Toph.
Well, we're obviously not going to have time to build that in this show.
No.
It would be we could do a live one, I suppose, like a 5-hour live. Would you like to maybe make this with Mauricifractic someday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. You heard it here first. As for you, madam, that's all the stuff we've got to unwrap. Unless you want us to unwrap you. Wait, she's naked.
She has her collar on.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, now that we've cleared that up, I think it's time for Homebrews.
Literally. Now, we've all heard about ChatGPT, of course, and ChatGPT 4.0, which was released very recently and is incredible. But the retro computing scene has kind of been left out of all of this because of the vast computing power that's needed for running ChatGPT. So Levi Meyer has found a solution. Take a look at this.
The revolution will not be televised. It'll be streamed right into the palm of your hand. ChatGPT is all the rage on modern computing devices, but the problem is that nearly the entire internet today relies on encryption schemes that are beyond the capabilities of most 8-bit and 16-bit systems, unless you get a little creative. I've posted a complete video tutorial on YouTube, but here are the basics of the project I call Retro Bridge. Set up a Raspberry Pi on your local area network to run an unencrypted telnet server. Then install a basic Python script on the Pi that, using an API, allows for command line access to OpenAI chatbots. Using terminal emulation software on your retro computer, telnet to the Pi and run the Python script to enjoy a nice conversation with your retro friend who will seem to have gotten much wittier and way more worldly than they were during their days as the command line psychiatrist Eliza.
And there's ChatGPT replying through the command line.
I've never seen an Apple II GS before. What kind of things can you do with it?
I think we got one up there.
Oh.
But I do like the example here as well. He said, what's the oldest computer to ever connect to your system? And ChatGPT replies,
generally speaking, the oldest computer to connect to a system are typically very old and outdated models, such as the Commodore 64 and the Apple II.
Rude. Hey, who are you calling outdated? I'm typing this on an Apple II GS right now.
I apologize for my comment. I didn't mean to offend you.
I love how polite ChatGPT is.
Hey, if we can teach a little more kindness into the world, it would be a better place.
Yeah. It's always, quite often, at least version 3.5 was wrong, but politely and confidently wrong. Anyway, that's very cool. Well done, Levi. And from Levi and his jeans to Amy and her bricks, because Amy has built a Brixty-4. It's nice to see these projects out in the wild. So Amy acquired all the parts for the Brixty-4, and here's a look at her build.
This is going to be a video for a Brixty-4, which is a fully working Commodore 64 made out of Lego. In a second you'll see me inserting the motherboard and lock it in place with different plates to make sure it stays in place. There's a bit of trial and error to make sure it stayed and couldn't move about. Now the top was a bit easier because it was, when it was broken this, I was lucky enough that it didn't all fall apart. There was still a big piece intact. The instructions do allow you to do that. I will pop a link for the instructions down below for you. And now in a minute you'll just see me pop the top back on.
And there it is. So that's the Stormputer edition.
Yeah.
The Stormtrooper styled one. And here, of course, is the original, one of the original Brixty-4s that I built with a working Lego keyboard. Still works today. Just kidding. Made you jump. Every time I do pick this up off the shelf, I do just say to myself, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it.
Well, at least you can put it back together.
Yeah. Only took about 3 weeks. Do you remember me working on this?
I do. Very, very, very well.
Day after day after day, designing and getting this done. Anyway, very cool, Amy.
Well done, Amy. Like, more women in STEM.
STEM?
Yes. Science, technology, and...
men.
No, it's science, technology. Hey, what does STEM stand for?
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
There we go.
That's what I meant.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Very good. Finally, how would you like to see, or rather hear, Knight Rider theme tune played on stylophones?
Sure.
Stylophone drum machine.
I wonder if his hand got a cramp during this portion.
I get a cramp just watching it. Fantastic work there by Maro1337. We'll put the full link in the description along with links for everything else in this episode.
I just want to say that this is like a testament to a very good written song. A well-written song can be played literally on anything and still sound great. Like, I can imagine someone playing another song and it sounding really annoying on these. Do you know what I mean? That like tinny sound. But
no, it sounds great.
Yeah, we love it on this.
Co-written by Glenn A. Larson, did you know, who created the show? Yeah, she sat there in studio and worked with the composer who was, one of them was Don Peake.
Knight Rider was composed by Stu Phillips and Glenn A. Larson.
Stu Phillips was the other guy. There you go. Well, from Knight Rider to, how would you like a delicious, tasty bowl of nostalgia flakes? Yeah.
Michael, help me!
And it is time for Nostalgia Flakes, which means it's time to visit the gallery. That's your PCW, it is.
I love the wallpaper. Or the curtains?
Curtain paper?
No, it is wallpaper. Look, so it goes under the window.
Yeah. Casual Mike Webster there. I have that lamp. Exact lamp.
It's got the joystick.
Oh yeah, quick
the
shot.
Tape deck.
It's a weird coloured Commodore 64. I don't know if that's a Dream branded one. Little baby playing Amstrad.
It says I like the green one.
That's how I type. Now, this is a before and after, so this is 1985, obviously. And Stephen Usher's recreated it here, right down to the exact same bedside table and all the other gear.
Now that is wallpaper. Is that Fulty's car?
Could be. That was definitely put up in the 70s, that wallpaper.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's still there in 85.
Hey, taking wallpaper down is hard.
Yeah, I mean, once it's up, it's good for at least 10 years.
At least.
Yeah. At least till the 90s. Very good. Now, we do a lot of retro car things. Of course, we just did the Knight Rider thingamajig. But what about retro trains?
Choo-choo.
Exactly. Have you ever heard of this TV show from the 70s called Super Train? Have you heard of that?
No.
Well, let's take a look at the trailer to play us out of the retro show.
Another great theme song.
Super Train!
Oh.
It's quite a set. This was a 9-episode series about a nuclear-powered, or as they say in some countries, nuclear-powered train. It was more like a cruise ship.
The Love Train. Like the Love
Don't know
Boat.
what that is. Know what that means.
TV show. Run, push.
The Commodore PET. It's the future.
Oh, boarding it while it's moving.
It's like Disneyland, isn't it?
It's an OSHA violation.
Have a nice ride.
You're waving.
She likes to join in. Oh, you silly fool.
There is
It's the overacting.
Yeah. Of course, a doctor on board.
How's it looking, Doc?
Looks fine, Nita. And the gym. That's terrible form.
You don't work out like this?
No.
Lifting a whole DeLorean, I hope you're impressed.
What are you shooting? What kind of blasters are these?
That's actually a prop that was in Knight Rider, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it was. Wasn't it like a scanner or something?
Yeah. Super Train!
See, now I want to watch this.
Executive producer Dan Curtis, Super Train! Cancelled after 9 episodes. Goodbye. Well, that was quite a ride, wasn't it?
Choo-choo!
The whole show, I mean. And that is it. Thank you to Real Uncle Gut.
I think there's more
There's
to
probably
it.
more to that. But there is no more to our show, unfortunately. That's the end of the Retro Show.
The Retro Show!
Which does mean, unfortunately, it is time for us to take the dogs for a walk. And let you go for a walk. Or whatever else you want to do. Maybe you want to have your dinner. Or maybe you want to have some chicken. Or maybe a puppuccino while you go for a drive.
She's about to get your car keys.
She's about to break her neck. Seriously though, I hope you guys don't break your necks. Please stay safe. And we'll see you in episode 25 if you're still alive. See what I did there?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and support below, and cheerio!
Cheerio. Super
Oh,
Train!
hello.
Boop, 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 boop.